Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode, 15 Good Minutes. Coach B here with some of the crew. LB, what's happening, man?
All right, brother. Good.
Doing good. Freddie, what's happening? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm tired. I've been on Zoom calls, team calls all day.
Well, this will be your last one. You know what I mean? Hopefully, it'll be your best one because this ain't work related. I wanted to today talk about this weekend and when the show gets released, right? It's Selection Sunday, and I'm wondering if you guys see some of the same trends that I'm seeing regarding the ones and the twos. And I watched this last year to see how it shapes up, and it looks like now the probability of these one and two seeds making it at least to Sweet 16, if not the Final Four, is really, really good. So while at the time we're recording, people are wrapping up their various, conference tournaments, what I wanted to get your opinion on is when you look at who the projected ones and twos are right now. First off, what do you think the probability is? Because last year we had it. All four one seeds all made it to the final four. And that was only the second time in history. And they didn't really blink getting from 64 down to those four.
Mhm.
So start with you, LB. When you look at these guys, and it looks like Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida, at least
Yeah.
as we're taping. Um, do you suspect that when we get to that Final Four weekend, these same four teams will be standing?
No, absolutely not. Florida is out of here. I don't know
Really?
what round they're gonna lose in, but they not making it to the they're not making it to the Final
So
Four.
no return. I mean, what do you call it? No repeat
No
championship.
repeat. No repeat. Nah, they're out of there. Don't I have no faith in them at all. Zero.
I really think
All the number two seeds to me are. I mean, there's a reason they're number twos because they, you know what I mean? Because they're not good as the ones. Um, I've seen, obviously, I've seen Michigan State play quite a bit because of Cam. I've seen Houston play a number of times. And I have very little faith in Houston either.
really
No,
interesting.
I would like for them to do well, but
Yeah.
I don't. From the games that I've seen, they just suspect. I can't, I wouldn't put any money on them at all. Um, UConn, I think the Big East has been down a little bit, so that even though they have a great record, I don't put a lot of stock in that. Iowa State, I haven't really seen that much, so I can't really speak to them. Michigan State, I've seen. If they get a good draw, they could easily make it to at least the elite eight, just because of Tom Izzo.
Have
I
you
think.
seen
Yeah.
have you seen Illinois at all? And if so, thoughts on them?
I saw them. I saw like a half one early in the season. I don't even remember who they were playing. Um, so I know I really can't say much to them. If we do it, well, go ahead and then because I had a sleeper team that I don't know. I looked through the top 25. Then I thought they were in the top 25. They're not.
Right,
Um,
right.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll come right back to
Well, there
that.
they are. Never mind. They're 17.
Freddie, looking at the one seeds, what's the probability that they're all there that opening weekend in April from your perspective?
50%.
So two of them.
I what I'm saying is I could see 50 when I say 50%, meaning they all will or they all won't. Because I think those two seeds are just as worthy as those one seeds. Now, the ones, the projected ones right now, Florida, that was kind of like the one that was kind of a shocker. But
Last
when you
minute.
look, but when you look at, their record versus quad one opponents, they're 12-5. That mean to me that tells me they are battle tested. And they came on,
Late.
they just grew
Yeah,
late,
yeah,
and so I'm
yeah.
just
That's
like,
true. They're
oh,
playing well right now.
they're playing well right now. I think what would help all of those teams, the ones specifically and the twos, um, is that they lose in their conference championship games. that they lose. Go ahead, get that loss out of the way,
Yeah, I agree.
recycle that hunger, that desire. You've already, locked up your regular season. The head coach, he already got his bonus, 100K, 200K, whatever it may be.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
go ahead.
it makes sense, doesn't it? If you think about it, on the other end of the spectrum, there are several teams that need to win that tournament.
Hmm.
But all of these eight teams, to Freddie's point, all four of them could go in. I mean, first of all, they all got double buys, right? So get in late in the week, play hard, lose, go away. I don't think if they, for those eight teams specifically, Freddie, the ones and the twos, I think if none of them win their conference, nothing changes with their seeds. I think the ones will still be ones, the twos, two, maybe again. I'm very close on Florida, UConn. If
Yeah,
UConn
Florida.
doesn't
Yeah.
lose on the road, I think they're playing better than Florida. But yeah, so I think you're going to see, and I'm not saying it's tanking, but I don't see the incentive for a one seed to play all week long when you know you're going to be a one seed. I don't think all four ones will be there at the end. I do think it'll be a combination of the ones and the twos. Suspect teams for me, just looking at those eight, Florida, Michigan State. I'm not trying to ask anybody to pick who's going to win it all. I just wanted to get a feel for if we can see a repeat of what happened. And I do think it's because kids are staying longer, kids are older, there's more money involved now, and a lot of these kids know, shit, I can make 2.5 mil right here as opposed to 37,000 in the G League. Come on, man. And play. I want to go on the flip into that because Freddie kind of teed that up a little bit about these conference tournaments. I was reading something this morning that suggested that Miami of Ohio has to win their conference championship to get in. I got a problem with that. I don't even know if it's true. Let me. Did you see that, LB? And if you did, do you believe that?
Yeah, there had been a national debate whether they should be able to get in if they lose, if they don't win the conference
Yeah,
championship. Personally, I think they should get in. I mean, that kind of record, I think you have to reward that. I understand that their wins are not, top. They don't play a bunch of
that's
uh,
not their fault though, right?
right. I mean, you play who's in front of you, right, and you beat them
Yeah.
all.
Sure, it
Yeah.
is kind of their fault.
Well, it's
Well, I mean, if they're not lining up against Duke, I can't blame them for that,
right.
right?
You know what I mean? So
If they're not playing Illinois, you can't force them.
right, right. I mean, I think they should get in. There's enough every year. There's enough scrub teams in here that you could get rid of and put them that they could take their place up. Every year there's some teams you go, who? How they get in? Oh, you know, Billy Bob's tournament, something they won, and now they're in, and they get beat by 40 points in the first round. There's enough schools in there. 60 was it 68 or 64? 68 teams?
68.
Yeah, come on, man. You can find a spot for them.
Well, yeah, my thing is it should be beyond finding them a spot. You finished the year undefeated at the NCAA D1 level. 68 slots, you going in. No, you're not going to be a 5, 6 seat. I'm okay. But you are in,
Yeah,
and I think they should have the same luxury that Freddie was talking about, whereby they should not have to win the MAC tournament. Now,
right.
they Ohio has always played them tough. That last game that they just had went to overtime, and
Hmm.
they just got by Ohio. I want to say Ohio is the reigning MAC champion from last year
I
and
think
beat
so.
them
Yeah.
to get there. So
Yep.
that is their nemesis, and I get that. But I don't want anybody to look down on them if they lose this week, if it comes down to say them in Ohio and they don't get in. It's hard to win at any level. I think we
Yeah.
all know that. But and yeah, LB, they had some close games, but you know what they did? They found a way to win them
Win.
close games, and nobody else in the NCAA did.
Yep.
So I'm of the mindset that if they get in and lose in the first round, I'm still going to applaud them. If they
Hmm.
go as far as they can, we kind of talked about that a little bit. Remember when the NCAA football thing came in and we were talking about
Right.
those teams that
Yeah.
obviously
Uh-huh.
couldn't match up with the big boys and didn't.
Yep.
Um, but I just can't imagine, like, if I were the AD at Miami of Ohio, we're recruiting, man.
Yeah.
I can go get that mid-tier kid now and show you, we got a decent program. So
Yeah, and they're ranked 20th right now. I mean, the top.
right. So
So
how do you
you
take a 20th ranked team?
even don't know. Never mind.
LB, you mentioned I don't know if you call it a questionable team or a bubble team. Give me somebody that you think is close to not being in before you know what I mean, that you want to get in or you think will get in.
I think they're going to get in. It's BYU. Um,
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know, man. Yeah, they'll
yeah,
get.
because I'm looking at the top 25. So they're like number 25, 26, 27. They would be number 28 if they went out
They're
that far.
just trending the wrong way since that kid got hurt.
Right. So yeah, I don't know.
But here's my thing. I think politically, you can't not have the person that's going to be the number one pick in the NBA draft not here. There's an
Yeah.
argument about whether it's Boozer or not. I don't think it's Boozer. I think they're both top 5 kids, but I think this DeBonta kid, um, uh, you
Yeah.
to not
Between him
have
and the
him in
guy
there.
at who's the other kid at is that Houston or no?
Yeah, Flemings is at Houston.
Yeah, I think it's Houston. Yeah. Gotta
Yes,
get him.
yeah, and I mean, there's some good freshmen out there.
Kansas. Is it Kansas?
Kansas hit that freshman. I'm a little suspect on him, like everybody. I think his name is Peter.
Okay. Peterson. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
He seems to not play a hell of a lot. LB,
Yeah.
He's Kawhi Leonard.
yes, at the college level, right?
Yeah. Well, even the guy for I can't say his name for BYU. You say it's the
DeBonta?
Yeah, I noticed. I watched a couple of their games or parts of their games the last couple of weeks. He takes a lot of plays off. To me, he plays like he's in the NBA already.
He has that turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah, he'll get the ball. He's lax. Then he fired up. He's go to the basket, lay it in or whatever. Then he's off. Now, okay, it's defense time. Okay, I'm chilling now.
I think you're right, though. I think the NBA likes that because I would say the same thing about because if you go back and watch him against Duke, prior to Duke, we were kind of just float. Against Duke, he was a man possessed, put that team on his back, went straight into NBA mode, then turned around the next week and was just like, okay, I'm chill.
Right, exactly.
But to your point, LB with DeBonta, he lost his running mate. They had a kid that was the shooter, and they still have I forget the point guard's name. He's decent, but the kid that they lost that was the shooter. Now everybody is double teaming him. I'll tell you, mine up is VCU. I think they've done really well. I'd like to see them get in there.
I would say, to be honest with you, I would say Villanova.
Where are they ranked right now, LB? Do you know?
They are number, let's see, 26.
They're not ranked.
26, 27, 28.
I think they need to
31.
Ooh.
I think they are.
So you think they got to win the Big East?
I'm not saying win the Big East. I think they have to make a little noise.
Get to the Big East championship.
The semifinals or finals. I think, I think they're 24, 23, and 7. So I think it's them.
I think the committee or the people that do the selections, I think there's a lot of recency bias. You know what I mean? And if you're looking at teams that play hard at the very end, they tend to lean that way. Conversely, I think it hurts a team like Texas Tech, who lost their guy to, I think he had an Achilles, their stud. I think to LB's point, it does impact DeBonta because they're not a 3-headed monster anymore. It's just the two of them. And recently, they have struggled. You know what I mean? In terms of in the top 25, not in the top 25, and there's nothing you can do about injuries, man. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I just curious.
21-10 is their record.
So yeah, I'm curious to see how it works out, man. I always like Selection Sunday. LB's right. I guarantee you, there's gonna be some team that everybody says, they got snubbed. They should have been in there. Or there's gonna be somebody that's in there that's gonna be like, "Yo, why?" And I always like that conversation. So, next week we can talk about what we see in the regions and stuff because we'll have more information. But
Yale 23-5. Who knew?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. See, there's certain leagues like that one, LB, that I think you can get in every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At one, what's the one that GW plays in? Are they in the A10?
Oh, the Patriot is the A10.
Patriot.
The
Patriot League. Leagues like that, Man, come on, man.
Trash.
So yeah, we'll see what we got next week. Before we check out, let me see what the guys have to say today. Freddie, how about you, man? You got something to say today?
I'm good.
I'm pivoting you right there, LB, because that look
All
on.
right. All right. Well, since Freddie gave me time, I got two things to say. Today, 85 degrees here at the DMV.
It's true.
Top down, buddy. I had to put sunblock on. I had to top down riding around today.
85 degrees and no pollen.
Yes, exactly. Got to get it while you can. Second thing is I bought my tickets for the Jill Scott concert. That's going to be Jill Scott. I talked about you last week. She's touring. Got me some pre-sale tickets. I'm going to Philly to see her because the tickets here at the MGM was ridiculously priced.
Really?
So I'm going to Philly to see her.
What month is that?
Philly is July.
July.
At the Met. The Met in Philly.
That's not a bad drive, you know?
No, not at all. Give me a hotel room. It's gonna be good. Nice little one night stay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Looking forward to it.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it.
Take my baby to see my baby.
Indeed. That's all we got time for today. Charles, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you come back when we start looking at the brackets. Everybody else, enjoy these conferences that are this week, especially some of these smaller ones. There's some really good competitive play going on this week as we lead up to Selection Sunday. That's all we got for now. We'll talk to you guys next week. We are out.